Direct to Science. A podcast by NAWA, the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange.
Stanisław Ulam was a Polish-Jewish mathematician from Lviv. One of the highlights of his scientific career was his collaboration with Edward Teller on the development of the thermonuclear bomb. His life is often viewed as a prime example of the internationalization of science, demonstrating that significant breakthroughs often arise from crossing various boundaries, both physical and cultural. NAWA's Ulam program enables scientists with at least a doctoral degree to conduct research in Poland. Valentin Iglesias, an assistant professor from Spain, is currently working at the Medical University of Białystok.
The idea behind this research is to understand the molecular mechanisms a bit more of the aggregation and how this drives the disease. This kind of protein aggregation is behind different kinds of diseases, mostly known by Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, but also some kinds of diabetes and cancer. So proteins aggregate, proteins clump together when they are not working properly, making toxicity to the different cells and the organisms and causing the disease. We've been studying this for decades, but we haven't come up with proper medicines. We have been successful in one, which is TTR, which is transthyretin. It's a protein that aggregates in different diseases, and we have stabilized the protein so it doesn't clump and form toxic oligomers. Lately in the news, there have been different reports about different antibodies for Alzheimer's disease, which have been approved in the US, have been approved in Japan, but not in the European Union. And that's because their safety profile does not meet the European standards. We wonder why this is, and one of the multiple explanations is one is aging, one is different mutations, different expression, and another one that has been found is polymorphism, so different ways of organizing the clumps. And one of the ones that are being recognized in the latest years is being heterotypic aggregation, which is two different proteins clumping together. This has been seen for Alzheimer's and other diseases, and has not been properly studied, basically because for one side we didn't realize, for the other side we weren't aware of their presence, and we couldn't replicate in the lab. We usually in the lab replicate the aggregation of the protein that we are seeing, but not other cofactors or other editing factors. And what we're studying here is how these two proteins or three interact and aggregate together, forming, and luckily, being able to replicate with more fidelity what is happening in the body.
It seems you have quite an international team here. Can you describe the team?
So far, we are a lot of people. We have Spanish, Ukrainian, German, and Polish people, women, men, and different collaborators from other parts of Poland as well. What they give us, what they allow is to have different views on different subjects. They all have different expertises. So one is more biological, one is more statistics, one is more an expert in machine learning, in artificial intelligence and modeling. And altogether, this gives more strength to the overall research because we can have different views of the same situation and grow together.
How did you discover the opportunity to conduct your research in Białystok?
This is a funny story. Actually, my supervisor was doing a postdoc stay in Barcelona. He had a similar talent attraction program in Spain, where I was doing a postdoc as well. And we were just working together with amyloids, working with protein aggregation. And he told me he was going to open his laboratory, and he had been working with this database of different amyloid aggregation, which is called amylograph. He wanted to enrich the study and go beyond. We started talking, totally informal conversations, what pathways we could go through. And he said, hey, I'm opening my lab. I would really like to have you. And we did it.
How did you find out about the NAWA's program?
My supervisor, Michał Burdukiewicz, told me there is this program that you could be interested in, and we could apply together for this. We have different backgrounds, and clumped together, this could potentiate even more the research. So this would be perfect for Ulam grant.
For how long are you here?
I'm here for 2 years. I've been here for 10 months, roughly. And yeah, the research has started. Moreover, Michał was considered another grant for studying amylograph. That's why we could incorporate these different people.
How do you see the program? It means the conditions of the program. Are they sufficient, easy? How does it work for you personally?
I think they're pretty nice. They're very flexible in time. They help you with any problem you have. You can write NAWA and they are very responsive. Moreover, they help you also push you to know Polish language, for instance. It's been hard, slowly. But yeah, it's really nice. The only thing that you have to bear in mind, it's a scholarship, it's not a contract. So everything related to social security, you need to contract privately. But that's the only issue. The rest is super nice. I mean, the salary is perfect for living in Poland. It's been really nice so far.
And what are your plans for the future?
My goal right now is to start asking for grants for different projects to be developed here within this lab, within the Medical University of Białystok. In the future, I see myself coming back to Spain. But of course, bringing all this knowledge, leaving this knowledge to the people I'm working with, and also establishing collaborations and networking with people from Białystok, people from Warsaw, people from Wrocław. And yeah, I think it's a nice way to enrich science and to make networking as well.
Is it effective? Is it an efficient way of developing science and working together?
From my experience, it's the best way. Having different opinions, different backgrounds, enriches science, enriches different ways of viewing progress, data, and to understand what's going on and what's the best way to proceed. This is not only given by different academic backgrounds, but also from different countries, different communities, and different genders, different points of view. This enriches science. All the greatest scientific places have people from all over the world. That is enriching, not just for science, but also to societies as well.
Can you see yourself staying in Białystok longer?
This is a very nice place to stay. Podlasie is a very nice region. It's wild and full of colors, flavors, different experiences. You can go to Białowieża forest and watch the żuwaws, the European bisons, which are amazing beasts. They're super nice beasts. For us, watching squirrels in the forest every day, it's amazing. Passing by and discovering the forests, the zoo, the Branicki Palace. I mean, here is a very lovely place and the food is great also. So I would recommend everyone coming here. Białystok is a very nice place to be and to live in.
Kind of exotic if you consider that you're actually from the very opposite side of the EU.
I mean, the cultural shock at first was important. My family and friends came to visit me already. They liked it very much. I mean, for them, it's, as you said, very exotic, very different, and a really nice place to discover. And they appreciate much, and I myself as well. The people are different, the food is different, but you will always feel welcomed and very warm in here. I mean, the climate is also totally different. Winters are hard. Yeah, I must acknowledge that. It's a completely different experience, but you will also feel very like at home. You're still in the EU. The people are very nice as well. I feel like Białystok is very different from Warsaw, and this is very different from Kraków. You can visit these cities and see like you're in not completely different places, because you will find Jabkas, for instance, so you will know you're in Poland. You can have like a very diverse travel, really make tourism.
Dr. Thirumalini Selvaraj. I am working as a professor and researcher from Vellore Institute of Technology from India. And I am associated with a research center called CO2 Technologies and CO2 Research and Green Technology Center. And then my main area of research is on development of carbon capturing and storage materials. Because, the climate change is happening very much, and we are in an emergency situation, like we have to control, mitigate, and also adopt to this climate change. So my main work is I'm just developing a building material which can capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and store it inside, and it will be like a permanent storage. That's what is my main research area. I'm specialized in restoration of monuments. My main research area is on restoration of monuments. I have restored more than 40 structures in India. I have worked with many research teams across Europe, Italy, Slovenia, many countries on this restoration works. And then I have also worked on many different materials being used in India and Europe. So what I am exactly doing is I am just doing some transdisciplinary research. Basically, I may be a civil engineer, but the thing which I am working exactly on the carbon capture, I need an environmental person who has to talk something about what is happening in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide, all these things. And then I need something like a polymer chemistry or something to do something on additives. So I need a team which has to be from the different fields. It must be a transdisciplinary research. Last year I had an opportunity to come to Lublin to have some interaction with environmental and mechanical department. Then I just go through this research facility of this department and I found that here is the potential. So what I was dreaming of doing, bringing out this team and then doing some research on carbon capturing material. So I thought I'll propose this idea. During my tenure here, I just brought back, made a team like myself, some professors from environment protection, 1 or 2 from civil department, few from polymer chem engineering. So all of us came together and then we defined our roles and responsibility, and then I formulated the research and now exactly what we are doing here. I finished my experimental programs and other things before end of December, but definitely this is going to be a long-term project and definitely we are going to bring out one product for Poland.
I understand you had extensive experience working with research institutions outside of India before joining the Lublin University of Technology.
I'm not new to Europe actually. I have been working with many universities in Europe, but not with Poland till last year. But one of my friends introduced a few experts from Poland, and then I was reading a lot of information. Poland was encouraging a lot of international collaborations, and then the funds which has been spent on research is really encouraging in Poland. And then I was reading all these things, first point. Then when I visited last year once as a part of my other European project to Lublin, I understood really there is a good potential to work in this institute, because I can really bringing up a team and working towards a cause is very tough. So I had really understood that. And then some other factors, like I feel the culture is so good, and then I supposed to visit 2-3 historic cities in Poland. I really loved them. And then one more important thing, the cost is most affordable to live in Poland. It makes very affordable for Indians or especially the international collaborators to live here. The fund, the fellowship, now a fellowship, when I was browsing, I was searching for some grant to apply to Europe, because I just want to test this product in European climatic conditions in comparison with tropical climates. But I understood, I go through this NAWA, and I really found this is going to be the opt one which we are going to apply, and then I drafted and applied and landed in Poland.
What are your thoughts on NAWA's Ulam program?
The scheme of NAWA fellowship inviting international collaborators is really good. The application was really competitive. Like it had all the features. Like if your research is really has some cutting edge technology which is going to address the sustainable development goals which the entire world needs now, and then we are working on a very nice area, then it's easy. And then the way you draft the proposal and your research expertise. They also monitor your research expertise and the paper publication and your research work. To be honest, Poland is very welcoming, first of all. Especially, I'm living in Lublin for last 4 months. People are so supportive, helping. Like even if I find some difficulty and if I approach any stranger, they're very supportive and they help me a lot. And I find it's a lot of peaceful country, and then really it's good. Like everyone helps us, everyone interacts, and even while going out or in my apartment or in the university, feel like my home. I feel like I'm in India. That's it. Except the climate change, the climate difference between India and this thing, other things all fine, all very good. I'm trying to adopt Working in climate change, at least I need to adopt to this climate, right? So I'm just getting adopted to the climate. But it's manageable. I also came with my family. My husband accompanied me when initially I came here. He was with me for some time and then he was back to his work. Again, he is coming here to spend some Christmas holidays with me. And we have plans to go around Poland to see other historic sites and other things. So it's just a part of exploring Poland in Christmas holidays. I came with, this is really appreciable, bringing family, because if I would have been come alone or if I have to stay for a longer duration, since we can come with the family, I really didn't have a second thought. I immediately started applying it. Okay, we can apply for this NAWA fellowship. Really, it was a good thing. But this is not in any other fellowships. That also I have to mention it. It was not in any other fellowships like we can bring the family here and then we can peacefully work over here like that. It was not there.
You are here for a 6-month period. Do you feel this is sufficient time?
Initially, I thought of applying for 2 years because product development and the concept wise, or we can reach certain technical readiness level in this period, but I thought of a very longer collaboration. So I decided let us have a short targets and long-term goals first. So we are addressing the concepts and designing the experimental programs and doing the test, and then we are confirmed that this is feasibility and all these things we confirmed. But anyway, I'm going to collaborate in a longer term because I already signed up the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with Lublin University and my university when I initially arrived here, and this is for next 5 years. So this is going to be like a long-term collaboration. And then it is like we have plans, like I want to exchange the students and faculty between these two universities. So my professor is going to visit India, and because of his expertise, we have organized some workshops in my university in coming February. It's going like an extended family. We are going for bigger collaborations. And even from my civil professor is also, one professor from civil is also going to visit us and going to teach something on his area of specialization. And one more interesting thing, 2 of my research scholars came here. For last 3 months, they left in the month of October. They also done a small projects related with the climate response materials. And then it's like a feasibility study, like how we can take some herbs from Poland and some material from India and integrate them and see how it performs in India as well as in Poland.
Are you planning any future collaborations with your Polish colleagues?
I feel more comfortable in Lublin University or with my professors because we are all listening to each other. We are filling the gaps actually. What I am expert, I may not be expert in all the field, but my professor is expert in biotechnology, organic chemistry. So we are filling the gaps, and then we are like, what is happening is my weakness is being supported by the strength or expertise of the professor. So it's a really great thing. Then we are sharing, this knowledge sharing is happening to a greater extent. Like I was just learning for last 2 weeks some new materials or organic things, and so since we are planning a material in India as well as in Poland, so this must be extreme cold climate and India must be extreme hot climate. So the inputs from all the things, we act like a stakeholders. Each one has our roles and responsibilities, and we are responsible and we play our role. We are also trying to collaborate with a few European universities here as well as some Indian universities. The next goal is first strengthening the collaboration between my university and Lublin University, and then making this a long-term research. Then we are planning like pulling more universities from India as well as from this, and more exchanges of faculty, students between these two universities, and this is what. And really, I was just an advertising agent in VIT or something for NAWA, because I was keep on telling all my friends, hey, there is a fellowship called NAWA, please apply, please apply. I wrote mails to all my friends, there is a fellowship, it's coming now, please apply on your research area, like that. So it inspired many of them, and then I suggested to my universities, my friends, most of them in India, and then I don't know, many applications came from my university this time. Really, it was. I was just telling everyone that it's really good. We have to apply this.
My name is Niyazi Bulut. I am from Turkey, Fırat University, the east part of Turkey. It was a great opportunity for me to apply the NAWA grant. I got it for 6 months. I'm here in Poland. I'm very happy with the research and with the collaboration and the people in country. Everything so far so good. We already start to have some new collaborations for the future.
What is your current role at the Nicolaus Copernicus University in Toruń?
We do atom and molecular collision, which are important in interstellar medium. So the idea is to obtain the new molecules, the experimental observation, and we try to support in theoretical side to develop the new methods and to calculate the rate constant for not only atom-diatom, atom-polyatomic systems. And also we do some electronic calculations to calculate the potential energy surfaces of the systems, and with the time-dependent wave packet methods, time-independent, and some semi-classical calculations, these kind of things.
How did you learn about the research opportunities available to you in Toruń?
I was introduced with Professor Piotr Żuchowski in some conferences. He mentioned about this NAWA program in Poland, and he provided me the webpage. I check it. You know, I have a permanent position in Turkey. I am a full professor. But time to visit some places is good, and the subject that we are working with, Piotr, he hosts me. So it's important for me to develop myself and also to make some contribution. The reason of Poland, because I already know some other friends in some other countries. I saw the science, the level of science is very good in Poland. And time to time I come here and I visit this place, and I see the progress in the scientific, also in the infrastructure, which attract me to come here. And the people, they are very friendly. I have very good opportunity to do the science, the place, the equipment, and everything is perfect. So all these kind of things encourage me to come here to Poland and Toruń Copernicus University. Because Professor Piotr Żuchowski is a special guy. He's very well known in the area that I'm working. We had some small collaborations, but it was good opportunity to come here and to stay together to improve the methodology and to calculate many things. When I applied to this NAWA grant, I just asked for 6 months. I regret why I didn't ask 2 years. Because I'm happy here. I learn many things. Also, I teach the PhD students. I also help the students, and there is a very nice laboratory and medium. We have some good contact with the people in the Copernicus, and also, if some other opportunity, for sure, I will come again.
Is it possible to extend the NAWA grant or reapply for a new one?
I'm not sure, but as I know, it's not possible to extend. There's a 3 years restriction. So when you got the NAWA grant, you have to stay 3 years, and then you have to apply again. This is my second time I got this NAWA grant. The first time I was here in Poland before COVID. 6 months, and then this time 6 months. I hope with the same program or some other opportunity I can come here again, because I'm really happy with the collaboration, the people, especially the Piotr Żuchowski professor. The level of the science is very high.
Is it difficult to work with NAWA? Was it difficult to apply and to get the grant? How do you assess it?
This is very simple. When I compare with Turkey, for sure, it's simpler. The only thing, you have to go to the webpage of NAWA, and there is some application form. You have to write your project, what's the purpose of your project, and you have to find some collaborator in some university in Poland. And then after, let's say, 6 months, you get the decision. There's no restriction for the country, which is a great opportunity for the people to come to Poland. And also the life conditions in Poland are very good. The people there are very friendly. So I strongly suggest to come to Poland, at least to apply with this NAWA grant, to have some big competition.
And now talking also about the living condition, what does it really mean to get the grant?
In NAWA grant, the salary they give you is cover all your expenses. It's a good salary, so when you compare with other places, because I have good experience. I spent some years in Spain, Italy, France, United States. Now I'm here in Poland, so the salary they pay you, it's more than enough for all your expenses, for renting. Also, before coming here, of course, after approving the grant, I contact with my host, boss, Professor Piotr Żuchowski, and they helped me to find some apartment to rent it. And really, it's not possible to find some place with the people they help you so much.
And how do you assess the work with the students or the level of the students, not only the professors, not only the staff?
In this group, the group of Professor Piotr Żuchowski, there are some PhD students in different countries and also some postdocs. Time to time, I just join them. I stay, let's say, 1 week, 2 weeks in the same office. And then I interact what kind of things they do, and they ask me what kind of things I did. Because, of course, when I come here at the beginning, I give a seminar, they already know what kind of things I do. And then when they have some scientific problems, let's say, for sure I help them in the theoretical side. The communication in my side is very easy. Also, in the other student sides also is very easy. Time to time, I give some seminar for the students to encourage them and to open a new way of the research and so on.
And how are the labs? How is the university organized and equipped? How do you see it?
All the equipments are very good. The competition, resources, the computers and whatever, the servers, big systems. There is no problem at all. We have enough equipment. I am in theoretical side, so they give me some access to connect some big systems to do my calculations. So there is a really big progress because I was here in Poland some years ago. So when I compare, let's say 4 years ago, 5 years ago, now there is a big progress in this kind of things. And I believe the people aim to come here. They are lucky and they should come to Poland.
What would you change? Where would you see the improvement?
For NAWA, this 3-year restriction, so when you got NAWA, the second time to apply, you have to wait 3 years. But if they put something like this one, let's say, during your stay here, for instance, 1 year stay if you publish 3 papers in the Q1, Q2, whatever, and then they should allow you to apply again. So because I really insist, I like to come here again, but I need some support. In my country, for now, there is no big support. But in the future, if I can some support from my country, I also will come. But this NAWA is very, very big opportunity to come again. The only things that I request, if it's possible, they can ask if you already NAWA, so how many papers you publish, for instance. What was the quality of the paper? So if this is so, and then okay, you can apply again.
NAWA quite often finances not only the scientists' stay, but also the families. Is it also true in your case?
This is really one of the exception that I saw here in this NAWA grant. For my wife and for one of my kids, they also pay the trip and they include some money. Not only this one, also if you like to learn Polish language, to attend some courses, and they also pay you some money. So, which is great.
And how is your Polish?
My Polish is in the fundamental level because in the laboratory, the people, they speak English mostly, but I try to learn something.
My name is Adriana Trifan. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Pharmacognosy Phytotherapy, Faculty of Pharmacy, Grigore Tepopa University of Medicine and Pharmacy from Iași, Romania. I did an internship in the Medical University of Lublin from May to the end of October 2024.
What is your area of expertise?
In Lublin, I did an interdisciplinary research. My main focus is related to natural products and assessment of their bioactivity. So I've been collaborating with colleagues from the Faculty of Pharmacy from Lublin since 6 years now. And I wanted to make together with them a research project that would help me also for my habilitation thesis. So this opportunity for me, to be honest, was great to apply for such funding in order to do this research stay and also to obtain some data for my habilitation thesis. So I was more focused on natural products against dermatophytes, so pathogenic human fungi. And the novelty, let's say, of our joint research project was mostly based on the effect of plant extracts on fungi metabolome. So this I managed to do. As I said, it was an interdisciplinary research because I worked in 2 departments. under the supervision of Professor Krystyna Skalicka-Woźniak from the Department of Natural Products Chemistry. But also I did research in collaboration with Professor Izabela Corona-Glowniak in the Department of Pharmaceutical Microbiology.
How did you find the Ulam scholarship?
I found out from my collaborator, Professor Krystyna Skalicka-Woźniak. I wanted to apply for such funding, I think also last year, but due to personal problems, but also to my teaching activities here in Romania was not possible at that time. But we managed to apply and also to obtain the funding for this year. And it was funding for 6 months of stay in the Medical University of Lublin.
How would you evaluate your time spent in Lublin?
It was a perfect match for me. As I said, we've been collaborating and also we have joint publications since 6 years now. Indeed, we have this research collaboration, but also good friendship and the working environment. I already knew the colleagues from both departments. So it was easy for me also to feel not like at home, but similar in these two departments that I did the internship and the research. My habilitation thesis focuses on natural products with potential use in dermatophyte infections. So I've been working on this topic since 2015, more or less. But we wanted to go deeper into the impact of the natural products on fungi metabolomes. So I needed to have in the same place the infrastructure for microbiology and also for metabolomic studies, the instrumental part, the analysis, which I had in the Department of Natural Products Chemistry. So it was much more easier to have these facilities in one place to do my experiments.
Do you intend to work with your Polish colleagues in the future?
Of course. This is why I also wanted to have this proposal, let's say, accepted and to have some results from my internship. And also we plan to have some joint projects in the near future, and also after my habilitation, some joint doctoral thesis. So it's projection for the near future to extend this collaboration also for, let's hope, the next years to come.
Was the scholarship sufficient to provide you with adequate living conditions, allowing you to focus on your research?
I think it's more than sufficient for day-to-day life, let's say accommodation and everything that is needed for the scholarship holder. In the university, everything gets provided, so you have no worries about access to infrastructure, also regions, chemicals, and everything that is needed for the research. I also consider very friendly the platform that NAWA has also for, let's say, like now I have the final report that I have to submit. And the thing that I truly appreciate that you have like 30 days after the end of the internship to submit this final report. Because to be honest, my internship was 6 months. So during 6 months, we did a lot of research in the lab. We had many data, some of the data also in the last period of time of the research stay. So it's good to have like a momentum, in the end, just to gather all the data, to do the statistics, to have like an overview, and afterwards to submit the final report. So it's not in a hurry, and I don't know, maybe for the scholarship holders that have their internship like for 1 or 2 years, it's much more easier. But for minimum, like I had 6 months, I think this period of time when you are able to gather everything and to draft the final report, I think it's a bonus and it's a plus also. My personal experience was very good because I was working in 2 departments, collaborators that I already had. We already did research together, writing papers together, writing projects together. So I don't think I can find some minuses at the moment, just, shortly thinking about this.
In some cases, researchers expressed a desire to extend their stays. Have you considered this?
This is not my case because I came focused on a specific topic, only to do some research that we already established as time frame, and it was more than enough for the 6 months. And I already obtained, let's say, the proposed results and obtained the data that I need for my habilitation thesis. So for me, it's like closing a chapter. And it's a step further to becoming a professor. So I think it was more than enough and a very good experience. We already did some previous research on this dermatophyte, on this pathogenic fungi. I already had some preliminary results with my colleagues from the Medical University of Lublin. So this was the main reason that I've chosen to apply specifically for this university and for these 2 departments to do my research. It came naturally from previous collaboration. To be honest, I think it strengthened this collaboration that already existed between myself, my department, and also the 2 departments where I did the research in Lublin.
Scientists and researchers interested in collaborating with Polish colleagues are encouraged to visit NAWA website, nawa.gov.pl, and look for the Ulam program for scientists. This may be the opportunity you have been seeking.
You have been listening to Direct to Science, a podcast by NAWA, the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange. It was a free-range production.